A major study from Harvard Medical School followed more than 80,000 people for over 20 years. What they found shocked the medical community. The people who ate certain common foods regularly had nearly double the stroke risk compared to those who avoided them. Double the risk, just from everyday foods sitting in most kitchens right now. I have spent decades working with older adults, and I have seen too many friends and patients suffer strokes that could have been prevented. One gentleman in our community group, a healthy 72-year-old who walked every morning, had a stroke that left him unable to speak clearly. When we looked at his diet with his doctor, we found he was eating many of these dangerous foods multiple times every single day. He thought he was making reasonable choices. He had no idea these foods were slowly damaging his arteries. Think about your own kitchen right now. Do you keep certain snacks around because they are convenient? Do you reach for the same breakfast every morning because it is easy and tastes good? Have you noticed your blood pressure creeping up over the years, even though you are trying to be careful? Are you worried that one day, without warning, something serious might happen to your health? Here is something most doctors will not tell you in a short office visit. The foods that raise stroke risk do not work alone. They team up inside your body. They weaken your blood vessels, thicken your blood, raise your pressure, and create the perfect conditions for a stroke to strike. And the really frightening part is, there are usually no symptoms until it is too late. But I have good news for you today. Once you know which foods are the real troublemakers, you can make simple changes that protect your brain and keep your blood flowing smoothly for years to come. These are not complicated changes. You do not need expensive supplements or special meal plans. You just need the right knowledge. So if you want to protect yourself and the people you love, stay with me until the end of this video. I am going to share 8 common foods that are putting people over 60 at serious stroke risk. And more importantly, I will tell you exactly what to eat instead. Before we go further, please subscribe to Healthy Life so you never miss important health information that could save your life or the life of someone you care about. Number 1. Processed meats. The problem with processed meats starts with sodium. Just 3 slices of deli meat can contain over 600 milligrams of sodium. That is almost half of what your body should get in an entire day. When you eat that much salt regularly, it pulls water into your bloodstream. This increases the volume of blood your heart has to pump, which raises your blood pressure. High blood pressure is the #1 cause of strokes. It weakens the walls of your arteries and makes them more likely to burst or get blocked. But sodium is not the only villain here. Processed meats are loaded with saturated fats that stick to your artery walls like glue on paper. Over months and years, this builds up into thick plaques. These plaques narrow your arteries and reduce blood flow to your brain. If a piece of that plaque breaks off, it can travel to your brain and cause a stroke in seconds. Even more concerning, processed meats contain preservatives called nitrates and nitrites. Your body converts these chemicals into compounds that damage the lining of your blood vessels and increase inflammation throughout your whole circulatory system. So what should you eat instead? Choose fresh, unprocessed meats. A piece of grilled chicken breast, a small portion of baked fish, or even lean beef that you cook yourself at home. These give you the protein your body needs without all the dangerous additives. If you love sandwiches, try using leftover roasted chicken or turkey that you made yourself, not the packaged kind. Add some lettuce, tomato, and a slice of avocado. Your taste buds will adjust in about 2 weeks, and you will actually start preferring the cleaner, fresher taste. The benefit of cutting out processed meats goes beyond stroke prevention. People who make this switch often see their blood pressure drop within just a few weeks. Their energy improves because their blood flows better. Their digestion gets easier because they are not dealing with all those preservatives. One change, multiple benefits for your whole body. Number 2. Packaged snacks. Walk down any grocery store aisle, and you will see them everywhere. Crackers, cookies, chips, snack cakes, microwave popcorn. They come in bright packages, they are cheap, they taste good, and they are slowly poisoning your cardiovascular system. The real danger in packaged snacks is something called trans fats, even though the label might say zero trans fats. Food companies are allowed to claim zero if the serving size contains less than half a gram. But who eats just one serving? You eat the whole bag, and suddenly you have consumed several grams of these deadly fats. Trans fats are worse than any other type of fat because they do double damage. They raise your bad cholesterol and lower your good cholesterol at the same time. This creates the perfect environment for stroke. These snacks also contain partially hydrogenated oils, refined flour, and loads of preservatives. Your body does not recognize these artificial ingredients as real food. When you eat them, your immune system treats them like invaders, creating inflammation in your blood vessels. Inflammation makes your arteries stiff and narrow, which means your heart has to work much harder to push blood through. The extra pressure wears out your blood vessels faster, and worn-out blood vessels are exactly where strokes happen. There is another hidden problem. Packaged snacks are designed in laboratories to make you crave more. They hit what food scientists call the bliss point, a perfect combination of salt, sugar, and fat that hijacks your brain's reward system. You cannot eat just one cookie or just a handful of chips. Before you know it, you have eaten enough sodium and unhealthy fats to spike your blood pressure for hours. Keep a bowl of fresh fruit on your counter. Apples, oranges, bananas, grapes. When you want something crunchy, slice up some carrots, cucumbers, or bell peppers. Keep a small handful of raw almonds or walnuts in a container. These give you that satisfying crunch, and they actually protect your blood vessels instead of damaging them. If you really need something with more flavor, try air-popped popcorn with just a tiny sprinkle of real salt and some olive oil. Not the microwave kind in the bag, the real kernels you pop yourself. When you replace packaged snacks with whole foods, something wonderful happens. Within about a month, your taste buds reset. Those artificial snacks start tasting too salty, too greasy, too fake. Meanwhile, natural foods start tasting more delicious than you remember. Your body knows what real food is, and it will guide you once you give it a chance. Number 3. Soda. This one breaks my heart because I know how much people love their sodas. Some folks drink 2, 3, even 4 cans a day. They think it is just a harmless treat, something sweet to enjoy with lunch. But if you are over 60 and still drinking soda regularly, you are playing Russian roulette with your brain. 1 can of regular soda contains about 39 grams of sugar. That is almost 10 teaspoons of pure sugar dumped into your bloodstream all at once. Your blood sugar spikes hard and fast. Your pancreas has to flood your system with insulin to bring it back down. This happens every single time you drink soda. Over the years, your body starts to ignore the insulin. This is called insulin resistance, and it leads straight to diabetes. People with diabetes have twice the stroke risk of people without it. But the damage does not stop there. All that sugar gets converted into triglycerides, a type of fat that makes your blood thick and sticky. Thick blood clots easier. It moves slower through narrow passages. It puts extra strain on your heart. At the same time, the sugar is damaging the delicate lining of your arteries. Damaged arteries become inflamed and start collecting cholesterol deposits. These deposits grow slowly and silently until one day they block blood flow to your brain. Diet soda is not the answer either. Artificial sweeteners confuse your metabolism, and some studies suggest they might increase stroke risk even more than regular sugar. The carbonation itself can irritate your digestive system and affect how your body absorbs important minerals that regulate blood pressure. Water is your best friend. I know it seems boring at first, but here is the trick. Add natural flavor. Squeeze in some fresh lemon or lime. Drop in a few slices of cucumber and mint leaves. Try some frozen berries that melt slowly and make your water pretty and delicious. If you need something warm, drink herbal tea without any sweetener. Green tea, chamomile, ginger tea. These actually contain compounds that protect your blood vessels. People report more stable energy within days. No more afternoon crashes. Blood sugar levels start to stabilize within a week or two. Blood pressure often drops noticeably within a month. And here is something really important. Your risk of stroke starts decreasing the moment you stop flooding your body with all that sugar. Every day without soda is a day you are protecting your brain. Number 4. Fried foods. French fries, fried chicken, onion rings, fried fish, donuts, churros. If it is cooked by dunking it in hot oil, it is dangerous for your blood vessels. I know fried foods taste amazing. That crispy, golden outside, that rich flavor. But that pleasure comes with a terrible price. When foods are fried, especially at high temperatures, the oils break down into toxic compounds. These compounds damage the cells that line your arteries. Damaged cells cannot regulate blood flow properly. They let cholesterol sneak in and start building plaques. At the same time, fried foods are soaked with the worst kinds of fats, saturated fats and trans fats that go straight into your bloodstream and make it thick and sluggish. Many restaurants use the same oil over and over again for days or even weeks. Every time that oil is heated, it becomes more toxic. You cannot see it or taste it, but your body feels it. Within hours of eating fried food, your arteries become stiffer and less flexible. This temporary stiffness might not seem like a big deal, but if you eat fried foods regularly, that temporary damage becomes permanent. There is also the calorie problem. Fried foods pack in enormous amounts of calories in small portions. Extra weight, especially around your middle, increases inflammation throughout your whole body. It raises your blood pressure, stresses your heart, and dramatically increases stroke risk. A person who is even 20 pounds overweight has significantly higher stroke risk than someone at a healthy weight. Baking, roasting, grilling, steaming, and air frying can give you delicious, satisfying food without destroying your health. Chicken baked with herbs and a little olive oil can be incredibly flavorful. Roasted potatoes with garlic and rosemary taste just as good as French fries once you get used to them. Fish grilled with lemon and dill is a meal that actually heals your blood vessels instead of damaging them. When you stop eating fried foods, your body starts cleaning itself out. The sticky fats in your blood begin to decrease. Your arteries become more flexible again. Inflammation goes down throughout your whole system. People often lose weight without even trying, just from cutting out fried foods. And all of this adds up to one big benefit: a much lower risk of stroke and a healthier, longer life. Number 5. White bread. This one surprises people. Bread seems so innocent. It has been a staple food for thousands of years. How could it possibly be dangerous? The problem is not bread itself. The problem is modern white bread, the soft, fluffy kind that most people buy at the store. White bread is made from wheat that has been stripped of all its fiber and nutrients. What is left is basically pure starch, which your body treats exactly like sugar. When you eat 2 slices of white bread, your blood sugar shoots up almost as fast as if you drank a soda. This causes that same insulin spike I talked about earlier. Your pancreas has to work overtime. Over the years, this leads to insulin resistance, diabetes, and a major increase in stroke risk. But there is more. White bread has a high glycemic index, which means it makes your blood sugar swing wildly up and down. These swings create inflammation in your blood vessels. They also make you feel hungry again quickly, which leads to overeating. Most people do not stop at one slice of white bread. They have 2 or 3 slices, maybe a sandwich at lunch, and toast at breakfast. All day long, they are spiking their blood sugar and damaging their arteries. White bread also lacks fiber, which is crucial for keeping your cardiovascular system healthy. Fiber helps remove excess cholesterol from your body. It slows down sugar absorption. It feeds the good bacteria in your gut that actually help regulate blood pressure. Without fiber, all these protective effects disappear. Switch to real whole grain bread. Not wheat bread, not multigrain bread. Read the label carefully. The first ingredient must say whole grain or whole wheat. You should be able to see actual seeds and grains in the bread. It should feel heavy and dense, not light and fluffy. This kind of bread contains all the fiber, vitamins, and minerals that protect your heart and brain. Even better, try other whole grains. Oatmeal for breakfast instead of toast. Brown rice instead of white bread with dinner. Quinoa, barley, whole grain pasta. These foods release their energy slowly and steadily. Your blood sugar stays stable. Your arteries stay calm and relaxed. Your pancreas does not have to work so hard. People who eat whole grains instead of refined grains have up to 30% lower stroke risk. That is not a small difference. That is huge. Plus, whole grains help you feel full longer, which makes it easier to maintain a healthy weight. They improve your digestion, boost your energy, and help you think more clearly. All from just changing the type of bread you eat. Number 6. Canned soups. Soup seems like such a healthy choice. Vegetables, maybe some chicken, warm and comforting. Perfect for a quick lunch or dinner. But canned soups are hiding a dangerous secret that most people never think about. The secret is sodium. Massive amounts of sodium. 1 can of ordinary chicken noodle soup can contain over 2,000 milligrams of sodium. That is more than most people should have in an entire day. And it is just in 1 can of soup. Even the soups labeled as healthy or low-fat are usually loaded with salt. Food companies use salt to preserve the soup and make it taste good even after sitting on a shelf for months or years. When you eat that much sodium at once, it hits your body like a flood. Within hours, your blood pressure rises. Your kidneys have to work frantically to filter out all that salt. Water gets pulled into your bloodstream, increasing blood volume and putting enormous pressure on your artery walls. For someone over 60, whose arteries might already be a little stiff and narrow, this can be genuinely dangerous. It sets the stage perfectly for a stroke to happen. There is another problem with canned soups. Many cans are lined with a chemical called BPA that can leak into the soup. BPA disrupts your hormones and has been linked to high blood pressure and heart disease. Even cans labeled BPA-free often contain similar chemicals that might not be much better. Make your own soup. I know that sounds like work, but it does not have to be complicated. On a Sunday afternoon, throw some chicken, vegetables, herbs, and water into a pot. Let it simmer for a few hours while you do other things. The house fills with the most wonderful smell. Then you have healthy, delicious soup for the whole week. You control exactly how much salt goes in, which should be just a tiny pinch or none at all. You can use herbs and spices for flavor instead. Garlic, oregano, thyme, black pepper, a squeeze of lemon juice at the end. These make soup taste incredible without any dangerous sodium. If you absolutely must buy soup occasionally, look for low-sodium versions and check the label carefully. Anything over 400 milligrams of sodium per serving is too much. Better yet, buy cartons of low-sodium broth and add your own cooked vegetables and protein at home. Takes 5 minutes and is infinitely healthier. High sodium is directly responsible for thousands of strokes every single year. When you cut back on sodium, your blood pressure usually drops within just a few days. Your kidneys stop being overwhelmed. Your blood vessels can relax. Your whole cardiovascular system gets a break. And that break might be exactly what saves you from a stroke. Number 7. Ice cream. Ice cream combines two of the worst things for your blood vessels: saturated fat and sugar. 1 cup of regular ice cream contains about 23 grams of sugar and 15 grams of saturated fat. The sugar spikes your blood sugar just like soda does, increasing diabetes risk and damaging artery walls. The saturated fat goes straight into your bloodstream and starts forming cholesterol plaques in your arteries. This is a 1-2 punch that your cardiovascular system cannot handle well, especially as you get older. Your body is not as good at processing these foods anymore. Your metabolism has slowed down. Your liver is not as efficient at clearing fats from your blood. Your pancreas has been working for 60+ years and might be getting tired. Everything that was just mildly bad for you at age 30 becomes seriously dangerous at age 65. There is also the inflammation factor. The combination of sugar and saturated fat creates massive inflammation throughout your body. Inflammation is like rust on metal. It corrodes your blood vessels from the inside. It makes them stiff and brittle. When a brittle blood vessel in your brain faces a surge of high blood pressure, it can burst, causing a hemorrhagic stroke. Or it can develop a clot that blocks blood flow, causing an ischemic stroke. Either way, ice cream is contributing to the problem. There are better options. Frozen fruit blended into a smooth consistency makes a delicious, creamy dessert with no added sugar or fat. Freeze some bananas, blend them up, and you get something that tastes remarkably like soft-serve ice cream. Add a few frozen berries for flavor and color. Or make your own frozen yogurt with plain Greek yogurt, a tiny bit of honey, and real fruit. You get probiotics that are actually good for your heart, plus antioxidants from the fruit, plus much less sugar and fat. If you do occasionally have real ice cream, make it a rare treat. A small scoop, not a bowl. Once a month, not every night. Savor it slowly. Enjoy every bite. Then go back to healthier choices that protect your brain instead of threatening it. Reducing ice cream and similar desserts is significant. Your cholesterol levels will improve. Your blood sugar will be more stable. You will probably lose a little weight without even trying. And most importantly, you are taking away one more risk factor for stroke. Every little change adds up to big protection. Number 8. Pickles. This last one might shock you because pickles are vegetables, right? They should be healthy. But pickles are vegetables that have been soaked in salt, enormous amounts of salt. One large dill pickle can contain over 1,000 milligrams of sodium. That is more salt than you should have in half a day, all from one pickle. The problem is that people do not think of pickles as dangerous. They add them to sandwiches, eat them as snacks, chop them into salads. Before they know it, they have consumed several pickles in a day, which means several thousand milligrams of extra sodium. This sodium goes straight into your bloodstream and drives your blood pressure up hard and fast. High blood pressure is called the silent killer for good reason. You cannot feel it happening. There is no pain, no warning signs. But inside your body, that elevated pressure is pushing against your artery walls constantly. Over time, this weakens the walls. It creates tiny tears where cholesterol can sneak in and start forming plaques. It strains your heart and damages your kidneys, and it dramatically increases your risk of stroke. Pickles made at home with vinegar and minimal salt can be fine occasionally. But the pickles you buy at the store are preserved in brine that is basically concentrated salt water. They have to be extremely salty to prevent bacteria from growing. That is great for shelf life, but terrible for your health. Eat fresh, crisp vegetables instead. A fresh cucumber has all the crunch and freshness of a pickle, with almost no sodium. Slice it up, add a tiny splash of vinegar if you want some tang. Enjoy fresh peppers, fresh carrots, fresh celery. These give you fiber, vitamins, minerals, and phytonutrients that actually protect your cardiovascular system. They help lower blood pressure instead of raising it. If you really love pickles and cannot imagine giving them up, look for low-sodium versions. Some companies now make pickles with 50 to 75% less sodium. They will not be quite as intensely flavored, but your taste buds will adjust. Within a few weeks, regular pickles will taste unbearably salty to you. Cutting back on high-sodium foods like pickles extends to your entire body. Lower blood pressure means less strain on your heart, better kidney function, better circulation to your brain, your eyes, your hands and feet. More energy because your heart does not have to work so hard. And most crucially, a dramatically lower risk of stroke. Processed meats with their sodium and preservatives. Packaged snacks loaded with trans fats and artificial ingredients. Soda that spikes your blood sugar and damages arteries. Fried foods that clog your blood vessels. White bread that causes insulin resistance. Canned soups hiding dangerous amounts of sodium. Ice cream combining sugar and saturated fat in the worst possible way. And pickles delivering a sodium overload in every bite. The long-term benefit of avoiding these foods and choosing healthier alternatives is not just about preventing stroke, although that alone would be worth it. You will feel better every single day. More energy, clearer thinking, better sleep, improved mood. Your blood pressure will drop. Your cholesterol will improve. Your blood sugar will stabilize. Your joints might even hurt less because inflammation decreases throughout your whole body. You are giving yourself the gift of more healthy years with the people you love. May you be blessed with good health, strength, and clarity of mind for many years to come. May your loved ones stay healthy beside you. If this video helped you understand these dangers better, or if you have your own health challenges you are dealing with, please drop a comment below. Share your story. Let others know they are not alone. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. If you have a specific health topic you want us to cover, tell us in the comments, and we will make a video about it soon. Please remember to like this video, share it with anyone who might benefit, and subscribe to Healthy Life so you never miss information that could protect your health or save your life. We are here creating content like this because we care about you and want you to live your best, healthiest life. One important note before you make any big changes. If you have been diagnosed with diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, kidney problems, or if you are taking medications, please talk with your doctor before making major dietary changes. They can help you adjust your eating plan safely and might need to modify your medications as your health improves. Work with your healthcare team to make these changes in a way that is safe and effective for you.